Welcome to the Root Podcast. Welcome to the Root Podcast with Keavion Nelson. I appreciate anyone who will view this video. And, this is for my audience, for boys and girls, men and women, to bring awareness of such. So what I'm touching on today is peer pressure and influence. And this is specifically for youth awareness. And we are resurfacing the molding process when it comes to the youth. When it comes to the youth, like as far as elementary and more so middle school. So let's get to it. The molding process. Peer pressure and influence. Some kids give in to peer pressure because they want to be liked or to fit in. I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, I'm quite sure whenever you was, in middle school, right? Or in elementary, right? I'm quite sure that, that you wanted to be liked, or you did something out of the norm, or you did something that really wasn't you, but you just wanted to fit in with the crowd. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to fit in with the cool kids, right? Some are worried about what others say or feel about them if they separate themselves from the group, right? That's true, because a lot of times you can be afraid, right? You can be timid to separate yourself from the cool kid crowd, right? Because you worried about what they gonna say about you, and you worried about what they gonna think about you, right? But it takes courage for a young boy or a young girl to separate themselves from a group of individuals that they know deep down within their heart that is not good for them, that is not good for their lives. It takes courage. And I encourage every young man and woman today to be courageous and step away from these people that mean you no good in your life, that is just negative, that is just toxic. That's all they talk about, is just things that are not helpful for your life. All they talk about is negativity. All they doing is using profanity all day long. All they doing is just, doing what the culture does. You know what I'm saying? Doing what the world does. But I encourage every young man and woman that is transitioning from from elementary to middle school, and even those that's in middle school that's going to be soon in high school, I encourage you to be courageous and to have peace with being unliked from those who mean you no good. Have peace with knowing that you are doing the right thing and you are separating yourselves from people and individuals who mean you no good. All they're gonna do is tug and tug and tug on you and pull you down. You ever heard of the crab in a bucket mentality? A lot of these individuals want you to stay with them because majority of these individuals have no plan for their lives whatsoever. Majority of these young men and women, they are influenced by the industry, the music industry. They are influenced by social media, the toxic social media. They are influenced by so many different things, right? All they doing is entertaining, accepting, and tolerating all these things, all these lies, right? And all that's gonna do is pull you down. So I am encouraging you today to be courageous. Be okay with being a nerd. being intelligent. Be okay with not being liked by those who mean you no good. Be okay with it, because you are going somewhere in your life. You have plans. You have a future. You have a destiny to get to. And you cannot allow yourself to become stagnant or complacent by remaining around individuals who mean you no good. Let's move on. Others go along because they are curious. Some are just curious. Some young men and young women are just curious, right? They're just curious. They're just trying to see what's going on. They're trying to, you know what I'm saying? It makes sense. It makes sense. They just trying to see what's going on. They're trying to see what's going on in their world around that time. So, what's going on in their age group, whatever the case may be, right? And then another one is monkey see, monkey do. Even though they know it's not right for them, they choose to still follow the influence because majority of the people are doing it. So you have some young men and women that are willing to go against the grain. They are willing to follow that gut feeling, that their intuition, right? They're willing to be monkey see, monkey do, because majority of their peers are doing it as well. Makes sense, right? So, the solutions we have is trust your gut feeling. Follow your intuition. If it's something that you know for a fact, you feel it in your bones, you feel it in your body, you feel it in your spirit, that you know for a fact that is not good for you, stop doing it. Stop doing it. Stay away from it. Distance yourself from it. Because your destiny is worth getting to. Your destiny is worth not compromising. Another solution we have is to stand alone until like-minded people gravitates towards you and vice versa. So be willing to stand alone. Learn yourself. Love yourself. Educate yourself on certain things. Stay in your lane until like-minded people that you are, as you are, gravitate towards you. Or until you see, you discover and you stumble on another young man or woman who have the same interests as you do. Another great point I want to make, right? A true friend is someone who will let you know when you're in the wrong and will always push you to do the right things and encourage you to be great. That's a true friend. That is a true friend. They gonna tell you when you're in the wrong, and they gonna always push you, and encourage you to do the right thing and to be great. That's a true friend. That is a true friend. A real friend. See, a real friend, you may take it, you may be offensive, right? You may get offended. You may feel some type of way because this may be your day one, right? This may be your day one girl, your day one man's, right? And they tell you the truth, but it's uncomfortable because it hurts. The truth, you ever heard of a saying, the truth hurts, but it shall set you free. It will make you free. Your real friend is going to tell you what you don't want to hear. But that's a real friend. You have to appreciate that person, admire that person in your life, because majority of people are going to tell you what you want to hear. So think about that. Another great point I want to make to every young man and woman, another solution. and this take courage. Help someone else if you see they are falling victim to peer pressure. So if you a young man, a young woman, right? And you may see another young man, a young woman, a boy or girl that's falling victim to peer pressure. They're being peer pressured to do something they don't want to do. That's when you step in. You stand up for what's right. You step in and you say, man, and you speak life into that person that they're trying to peer pressure. You may not even know that person. You may not even be close or friends with that person. But you still have the right and the ability to do such, but you have to be willing. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You have to willing to be talked about because you did what's right and you stood in a gap for someone else who wasn't strong enough for themselves to stick up for themselves and speak up for themselves. Another point, right, I have is when it doesn't better you or serves you any valuable purpose, walk away and don't look back. Walk away and don't look back. So if you know for a fact that whatever this is, whatever this person may be, whatever this thing may be, whatever this activity is, right? If you know that it's not serving you any valuable purpose, walk away and don't look back. So say you was in a group of crowd with people, right? So-called friends, and y'all was doing such activities. I don't have to name them. You could be doing this, you can be doing that. You know what I'm saying? You can be engaging in a specific type of behavior that you know for a fact that is not good for you. An example, you can be operating in a behavior. This how you know this another thing, right? How you know that what you may be doing is not good for you. You are not gonna go home and tell your mom or your dad what you just did. You are not gonna go home and say, hey mom, hey dad, guess what me and my friends was doing. So if you conceal that from your parents, then that's another key indication that it might not be good for you. It's most likely it's not good for you. Think about that. Another solution I have is seek advice from an adult who may have went through the same experience of peer pressure. Seek advice, because majority of people that is adults, they went through some type of temptation of peer pressure. You're not the only one who's facing it. You're not the only one who's dealing with it, but others have been through it as well. So don't be afraid to ask. You ever heard of a saying, closed mouths don't get fed? So don't be afraid to open up your mouth and ask for help when you need it. Now we're going to move on to youthful self-esteem. Youthful self-esteem, right? Okay. Some ways you can build your self-esteem up, young man, young woman, boy or girl, boys and girls, is I want you to feel special about yourself. You know why? Because you are special. You are special, young men and young women, boys and girls. If no one haven't told you before, I'll be the first to tell you that you are special. You should feel special because you are special. I want you to feel proud about what you can do. You are able, as long as you have breath in your body, you are able to rise above, to go above and beyond, to reach for the stars. Be proud of what you can do. So, example, say you are on a basketball team, right? And you may not be the best of best players, but You can work on your progress. You can practice on your jump shot, on your layup, on your dribbling skills. You can practice so you can be proud of what you can do and what you can become, because you can get better. But you have to practice. You have to put the work in to get better. So be proud. You may not be proud of who you are today or what you are doing today, but you can be proud of who you can become and what you can acquire through the work that you put in. I got another one for y'all, right? I want y'all to believe in yourselves, even when you make mistakes, and not allowing those mistakes or circumstances to define who you are. You know, that's important right there. Young man, young woman, young boys and girls, I want y'all to believe in yourselves. Even when you make mistakes, you're not gonna be perfect. But as long as you're striving to do the right thing, as long as you're striving to go above and beyond, you may fall along the way. You're gonna make mistakes. You're not gonna be perfect in everything you do and everything you're trying to do. But at least you trying, right? At least you going the right way. Direction is more important than speed. So you don't have to get there. You don't have to get there as fast as you think you need to get there. But it's if you take one step at a time, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, you will eventually get there. You will. Don't allow your mistakes or your circumstances to define who you are. So you may not be in the best living circumstances. You may have made some decisions. You may have made some mistakes, right, that you are not proud of. Or you may have made some decisions that your parents are not proud of, or that your peers may not be, or that your real friends may not be proud of. But you don't have to allow those mistakes to define you. You don't have to allow those mistakes to whisper into your ear lies. You are a bad person. You will never be anything. You will never amount to anything. No, you don't have. You can get those lies out of there. Because that's what mistakes seems to do. It seems to whisper in your ears lies that you will never be great. But that is a lie. That is a lie. And you may not be in the best living circumstances. You may be in your mind like, man, I can't wait to get out of here. I can't wait to get out of my mom's house. I can't wait to get out of my dad's house. Man, I can't wait till I'm 18 so I can get my own house and I can do my own thing. But I'm going to tell you, right? I'm 26, and I want to let you know to embrace it. Embrace the struggle you may be going through. Embrace the time that you are a youth. You are young right now, and you don't have all the responsibilities on your plate right now. Embrace that, because when you become 18, that's when you become a young adult. That's when you become a young adult. You're not a teenager anymore. 18 is when you become an adult, right? Technically, when you become an adult. So the responsibility is gonna be on you now. You know what I'm saying? Majority of people that turn 18 don't have the luxury of still being able to live with their parents and to grow and to learn and to build themselves up and to get their finances right, to get their credit right, to get their skills right, to get their ethics right. Majority of men and women doesn't have these luxuries. So don't rush to get out of your parents' house so quick, but take the time that you have there and invest in yourself, invest in your future. So when you step out and you able to get your own, you have a plan, you have a vision, and you have solutions. Think about that. And I got another one, right? I do not want y'all to feel I don't want y'all to worry about feeling liked or accepted. If they can't accept you for who you are, if they cannot accept you for who you are uniquely, right? Then leave them be. Don't worry about feeling liked or accepted by others, because those who really rock with you, they gonna rock with you because of who you are at the core. You may not be where you want to be, or you may not have, or you may not you may not be at that place where you want to be in life, or you may not be that person who you want to become yet. But the people who really for you and the people who really rock with you, right? They gonna rock with you. They gonna accept you because you real, because you authentic, because you're not afraid of being who you are. You was made to be great. You was made to go above and beyond. You was made to not fit in with the crowd, but you was made to stick out like a sore thumb. And those who are willing to stick out like a sore thumb, they gonna rock with you. They gonna see you real, recognize real. Now, we're gonna touch on youthful low self-esteem. Things that brings your self-esteem down as young men and women, as boys and girls. These are things that bring your self-esteem down. Many of y'all don't believe that you are as good as others. Comparison. Now you are comparing yourself to another young woman, another girl, or another young man, or another boy. You are comparing yourselves to them. You don't think you are good, that they may be good or talented in this specific area. And now you are belittling yourself because you are not good or talented in this specific area they are in. But the truth is, we are all different. So you may be good in something that they're not good in. And they may be good in something that you're not good in. That don't mean you have to degrade yourself because you're not at such a level yet. Because you can become good at what they're good in. But see, this is the thing. You can learn to be good at something, and you can naturally be gifted and talented at something. See the difference? Somebody can be naturally good as and gifted with singing, but somebody may not be naturally and gifted and talented with singing, but they can learn to become a great singer by practicing. So stop comparing yourself to others. So many don't feel liked. Many of y'all don't feel liked or accepted. And I get it, I understand, That's just the truth. But the ultimate truth I want to tell you is that God accepts you for who you are, because God created you. These other people, your influence, your peers, they didn't create you. They didn't create you, and they didn't know you before before you was formed in your mother's womb. But the truth is, God did. God knew you before he formed you in your mother's womb. God accepts you because God created you. All right? And a lot of time, y'all don't notice the good things about yourself. You don't notice the good things about yourself a lot of the times, because majority of the time you probably just looking at the bad things or the negative things or your shortcomings. And a lot of times, majority of young men and women, boys and girls, they are not getting poured into. They are not getting affirmed, or they're not getting reminded of the good things they are. The good, you know what I'm saying? You may be funny, You may be funny as an individual. You know what I'm saying? You may be, whatever the case may be, You may be good at drawing. You may be good at, sketching. You may be good at making music, good music, not music for the world. You may be good at making poetry. You may be good at doing uniquely things that can provide service and value to this world. But a lot of times you may just not be in the right environment of people to lift you up, to edify you, to encourage you of such things. So a lack of affirmation can be another way that can bring your self-esteem down. Another thing that can bring your self-esteem down is being hard on yourself and easily giving up on yourself, or easily giving up on something that you desire to do, or that you desire to accomplish. So I want you to stop being hard on yourself, and I want you to, give it another try. Don't give up so easy. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's hard don't mean it's not meant for you. What comes easy doesn't last long. So greatness come with friction. Greatness come with friction. And these are ways you can build your self-esteem up. How to build your self-esteem up? Make a list of stuff you're good at and that you are naturally gifted in. Make a list, write it down so you can see it for yourself and you can remind yourself. And you don't have to depend on anyone else to affirm you when you can write it down and affirm yourself and remind yourself and see it for yourself, right? So yeah. Another thing, you can practice the things you are good at. Think of ways you can do some things. Think of some ways you can do these things that you are talented in, or that you are good in every day, or that you are gifted in. You may be gifted in drawing, coloring. You may be a great, phenomenal reader. You may be good at jokes. You may be a great singer. You can practice these things every day to become better. You can practice these things every day to uplift yourself. And I want you to do this, right? Turn I can't into I can. Are you having doubtful thoughts saying I can't do it? I am not good enough? Or it's too hard for me? That's you thinking low of yourself. If you have those thoughts, you are thinking low of yourself. Decide to change your mind today. Think at best, I can give it a try, even if it's a difficult task. I can still manage to get it done. I might have to ask for someone's help because I can't do everything on my own. So look, you can't do everything on your own. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Closed mouths don't get fed. All right, and I want you to give it your all. Even if it don't work out, still feel proud of yourself for giving it everything you had. So say if you was trying out for a football team, a wrestling team, a basketball team, track and meet, tennis team, whatever, soccer team, and say you don't make the team, right? That just may not be for you. You may just not be talented enough or gifted enough, but that's okay. If you don't make it, it's okay. At least you tried, right? At least you gave it all you got, and you didn't make it. Okay, it's cool. Give yourself a pat on the back for trying at least. Pitch in, right? Pitch in as well. Find some time to spare to do something kind for who's ever taking care of you. Ask if your guardian or parent needs help with anything. So your parents, they are taking care of you. Your guardian, they're making sure you eat. They're making sure you got a roof over your head. They are making sure you get into school. They are making sure many, many different things, right? So go out your way. Instead of just doing your regular duties like your chores or your home, whatever the case may be, instead of doing your regular duties, right? Go out your way to see if your mom or your dad need help with something. Hey, mom. Hey, I was just trying to see if you needed help with anything. Like, just trying to see if you needed help with anything. Let me know. Hey, pops. Dad, I was just trying to see if if I can lighten the pressure off you in some type of way. You need help with anything, Dad? If not, just let me know. I'm here for you. Something simple as that. And they will appreciate it. So that's what we got today, family. Peer pressure and influence, youthful awareness, and ways that you can lower your self-esteem and ways you can build it. So much love and peace to everybody who will view this video. Y'all have a phenomenal and great day today. Nothing changes unless you do.